Morning, everyone. I hope you're all well on this Monday morning. It's still getting a little bit chilly as we're obviously drawing closer towards winter. Hope everyone's surviving. We're going into week 2 of lockdown. So I hope everyone's keeping busy, keeping fit, keeping active. Hope those of you who have kids, you guys are managing all right and managing to juggle work and teaching them. If you want so long, I'm just going to give a minute before I start. Just coming into child's pose. So for those of you, if there's anyone new joining the class today, child's pose, you can either do it quite wide, knees as wide as the mat, toes together, and then walk your hands out in front of you. You can take it quite passive, so dropping the forearms to the floor, bring those elbows down, and then slowly dropping the head down. Sorry, we're so offering our dog. She's barking at nothing. Okay, I think we can get started. We're just coming into child's pose. Take quite wide legs, passive, melting down into the ground, settling into the body, settling onto your mat. Just simply begin by observing your breath. Try not to change it. Observe the sensations in your body. How is your body feeling this morning? What body has arrived on the mat? Again, just observing, no judging. Deepening the inhales and the exhales. Finding a count that works for you. 3 breaths, 4 breaths, 5 breaths. Just slowly noticing the breath changing. Maybe the body starts to buzz. Inhaling, blowing that belly up. And then exhale, drawing back in. While we're in child's pose, a pose of introspection, just setting an intention or sankalpa, whatever you're working with, or whatever you'd like to work with this week, or even just for your practice, or if you'd like to dedicate it to someone else who needs it. Remember to state it as if you already possess it. I have, I can, I will, I am. Stating it to yourself 3 times. And in this long hold class today, if you find your mind wandering, either bring your attention back to your sankalpa, or use your breath as a guide to bring you back. Slowly, just lifting your head slightly off the ground. You're going to feel as if you're drawing a line with your nose along your mat, pulling your body forward, and come onto those forearms, extend the legs out behind you, dropping the forehead back to the floor. Your body's fully extended now onto the ground. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 variations for the shoulder stretch this morning because one's quite a bit deeper. They do stretch into different areas of the shoulder, so just see what works for you. I'll show you using my left hand first.
So you can either cactus into the arms or keep the arms straight. Just see, but when you see which one works best for you, come out of it first before changing your arms. It is very intense. So if you're going to try cactus into your arm, cactus into that left arm, right arm, you want to get it at 90 degrees underneath your shoulder on the right hand side, bend into that right leg, drawing it up towards the bum, and then rolling that right foot over to the left side. And come onto the left cheek. And just notice where the stretch is. It's very deep, especially if you're cactusing into the arm. The other option, if this is too much for you, slowly roll out of it. Extend the arm straight out. Keep the right arm where it is, bend into that right foot, and then roll back over, coming onto the left cheek. So just do what feels good for you. Using your right arm as an anchor to push you over onto that left shoulder, stretching deeper. So today's going to be a little bit different to my normal classes. I decided to slow it down a bit more and just spend a little bit of time in a couple of poses. So you're still going to flow. It's not quite a restorative or yin class. And then as you inhale, coming back to center, bringing your hands, both of them in underneath your forehead, just rocking the hips from side to side before we move over to the other side. Okay, if you would like to try the cactus arm variation on the right hand side, cactus into that right arm, forehead to the floor, left hand underneath your shoulder, find that 90-degree touch around the arm, right cheek onto the floor, bend into that right leg, drawing it up towards the bum, and then rolling over onto the right hand side. And then if that's too much, come out of it nice and slow. And then extending that right arm out to the right hand side, bending back into that left leg, and then rolling it over. If you click and creak, it's okay, it's just the body waking up. I tend to click a lot more in the morning than I do in the evening. I think by the evening, all your clicks and creaks and it's all out the body as you move throughout the day. So using this time and these lock holds to just observe, become the observer. Observe without judging. We spend so much time judging ourselves, our bodies, what we can and what we can't do. And we forget to just appreciate a simple movement that we can do. Slowly releasing, bringing that left leg back to center. Bringing that right arm, placing it down, left hand on top. Or if you just the other way around, okay, just swap your hands and wiggle into those hips. Placing the hands underneath the shoulders, tucking under the toes, pushing up, pushing back to child's pose, and just taking a moment, and then rolling back up to tabletop. If you're a bit long, you can bring your knees back underneath you. Just making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, so you've got that beautiful line, and your knees are underneath the hips. Your tailbone slightly tucked under, so you've got a nice neutral spine. You're not dumping into it. Spread those fingers nice and wide, so you're rooting down into the floor. It's really important in yoga. Try always remember to root your hands and spread the fingertips wide. Just gives you a good base of support and also protects the integrity of the wrist. Naturally, we all tend to draw our fingers in to really focus on these flow classes and just spreading them wide, getting the body used to that. So we're just going to move through a couple of cat-cows, my favorite way to warm up the spine in the morning. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, draw the chest through the shoulders, lift the head. Cow. And then as you exhale, rounding into the spine. Coming up into cat, tucking the tailbone in, chin towards the chest. Feeling as if you're drawing that navel up towards the spine. And then inhale, back down to cow. You can move through a couple of these in your own breath. And exhale, up to cat. And move as fast or slow as you want. I'll try to suggest moving slowly as that's the theme of the class today. If you want to, you can make a couple of circles rather if you don't feel like doing cat-cows. Just going clockwise, anti-clockwise, or dropping down and back up. Coming over those wrists. Just finding any movement that feels good. Start loosening into the body. A couple more movements. Just move with your breath and let your body take over. And then finding a neutral spine, settling back into tabletop. Tucking the feet, crossing the legs, behind you, sitting onto your bum. If you landed up at the back of your mat like me, bring yourself a little bit more towards the center of the mat. We're just going to do a couple of Navasana sit-ups. See if I can talk through them today. I generally struggle with this one, but let's see. So you're going to bring the legs up to 90 degrees, arms to the side, thumbs up, keep the shoulders away from the ears, just activating, waking up that core a little bit, letting those abdominal muscles fire up, and then inhale, lift the chest, and then as you exhale, slowly lower down, slow boost. Inhale back up, exhale lower down. Inhale up, exhale down. Two more. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, lift up, and exhale lower down. Hold it there. If you're shaking, it's all right. I'm shaking. And then exhale back up. Whew. And rolling back down, dropping that spine down, neck, shoulders, bringing the knees in towards the chest, taking the hands, the base of the knee, flexing into those feet, feeling as if you're trying to draw the toes towards the shin, squeeze the knees in towards the armpits, or in towards the chest, coming into wind release, draw that sacrum down onto the ground, holding it there. Inhale, let go slightly, and then exhale, pull in. Moving through 3 or 4, release, and pull down. Keeping the toes flexed helps you keep the muscles active. Okay, and then roll the ankles a little bit, clockwise, anti-clockwise. If you can hear my clicking, sorry, I click a lot. And then place your hands either behind your knees or on your shins, wherever comfortable for you. Slowly start to roll up and down the mat. You can bring your feet all the way over, tapping down in front of you, tapping behind you, giving some momentum. And guess where we're going next? Try, get loads and loads of momentum to bring yourself to stand without using your hands, folding forward, Uttanasana. Okay, again with your Uttanasana, if your fingertips don't touch the floor in line with your toes, bend the knees, get those hands down, It's okay to get your chest on the side, keeping the back nice and straight. Squeeze those scapulae together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Coming up onto those fingertips. Exhale, folding back down, bending the knees a lot. Inhale, round up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming, stand at the top. Roll those shoulders back towards your ears. Roll them back down. Fingers down towards the ground. Lovely. Just rooting the body, feeling that stability, or even instability. If you're closing into your eyes, you might wobble a bit. Inhale, bring those hands up above your head. Watch the breath touch. Draw those shoulders down. Taking the left hand, grabbing the right wrist. Inhale, reach up, lift up. Exhale, drop over, pulling that right arm over, holding it there. When you bend as deep as you can, you still want to be able to breathe. Drop that left hand down towards the floor or down towards your side. Take that pinky, turn it and face this pinky backwards. You'll feel a beautiful stretch, probably even from the elbow all the way down to the ribs, opening up the side body. Inhale, come back up, bring that left hand up. Interlace the hands, turn the palms up towards the sky, reach up, lift that chest up, and relax. Taking the right hand, grabbing the left wrist, inhale, reach up, exhale, dropping over to the right hand side. Keep making sure your tailbone's tucked, that you're not sticking your bum out. Tuck it in, knit that ribs, knit the core in. Stretching, reaching. Drop the right hand down towards the side. Turn the pinky to face backwards. Shoulders down. Stretching a little bit deeper, reaching a little bit further. And bringing that right hand up as you come up to center, interlace the hands, turn the palms up, reach up, lift up. Release the hands down. You're going to do that reverse movement to interlace the hands to the base of your spine. And then turn the palms down. Otherwise, if that's too much, keep your palms together, but keep that interlace. You want to keep it there, just the way your sacrum is. Have a slight micro bend in the elbows so you don't want to be fully extended. Just a slight bend. Inhale, lift the chest up, reach up, look up. Feel as if you try to pull the chest through the shoulders. Keep those shoulders down and away from your ears. Gaze up towards the sky. And exhale, slowly folding forward. As you get halfway, release the hands down towards the floor. Heel toe those feet as wide as the mat. Find a slight bend if you would like in the knee. Grabbing opposite elbows. We're having hanging out here in the wide-legged ragdoll. Close into your eyes. You're going to bend the knees if you need to, otherwise you can keep them straight, but sometimes even just having that slight micro bend is really nice and comforting. We're doing 3 versions of ragdoll. And just begin to notice where you feel the stretch in each version. Letting gravity pull you down. Keeping the spine and the neck long and relaxed. See if you can soften a little bit more into the body. Let go a little bit more. Feel as if you're breathing length into those muscles, so that they can slowly drop down. And begin to notice if you're falling into the heels. Put the weight into the balls of your feet so you're rather rocking forward. And more weight in the balls of your foot. Heels almost slightly lifting up, but keep them on the ground. Lovely. Release the hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe the feet. Hip width distance or a little bit wider. So again, it's the 2 fists, but maybe like a centimeter on each side. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep the knees bent. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Keep that neck and spine relaxed and long. Grabbing onto opposite elbows. Change it up even. Position of your elbows. Switch the grip. Again, notice if you can see now where you're feeling it into the body. Has the stretch changed? Keeping the eyes closed if you can. See if you can soften, let go, find a little bit more space. Just relaxing. It's quite weird hanging out like this. It's unusual that we do it for so long. Release the hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Heel toes, the feet all the way together. The toes are always kissing and the ankles are slightly apart. If you need to have a big bend in the knees here, that's totally okay. Otherwise, a small bend. Inhale, halfway lift coming up into the fingertips or hands onto the shins, depending on flexibility. Exhale, plant the hands down, folding forward. Uttanasana. Feel as if you're trying to draw that head towards your shins. And grabbing those elbows. Taking a moment here in ragdoll. Narrow variation. Closing into the eyes. Again, feeling into the body. Just noticing. Has the stretch changed for you? Release the hands to the floor. Taking your hands behind the calves, you can grab the ankles, pulling yourself down a little bit more. The back of the legs should be firing up. Really nice and active now. Grabbing the ankles just to provide a bit more stability. Inhale, find a little bit more space. Exhale, pull down deeper into the pose. Lovely. Slowly release the hands to the floor. Step back to tabletop. Okay, making sure those hands are rooted down. We're going to do 3 more cat-cows, but these ones I want them to be nice and slow and juicy. Really feel into the body, feel where it's stretching. So inhale, drawing the belly down, tailbone up towards the sky, lifting the chest up, gazes up towards the sky. Feel the abdominal muscles working as you do that. Feel as if you're pulling the chest through the shoulders. And then on your next exhale, slowly begin to round, moving into cat. Notice how your front body contracts to get you to find that profound round. Keep pushing up. Really want to find that sensation of getting that spine to the roof. And on your next inhale, slowly lower down into cow. Use the entire length of your breath to get into it. And then settle, stretch. Draw those hands towards your knees and your knees towards your hands. That's still very active. Keep pulling the chest through the shoulders. And then on your next exhale, slowly begin to push up to cat. Chin to chest, tailbone in. Contract that front body. Push up, reach up, feel as if you're pushing the ground away from you. tucking that tailbone in. And then the last rotation, on your next inhale, slowly begin to lower down to cow.
Tailbone up, chest up, head up. Really feel those abdominal muscles. And then on your next exhale, round up, cat.
Oh, sorry about that. Holding that cat pose, stretching up, rounding up. Oh, you can feel it into the shoulders. Just wherever you need that stretch, try to find a little bit more space. And then inhale, coming back to tabletop. Okay, slowly dropping your bum onto your heels. We're just going to do a different wrist stretch to what we did on Saturday. The eyes are okay. You can torture your toes, coming into this variation of Virasana here with toes. So you can tuck your toes. It's going to fire up properly this morning. Every day I still haven't found the comfort in this. So making a fist with your left hand, placing the palm over the left hand, squeeze, push out, flexing into those forearms, wrists. Feel those extensors starting to work. Stretching into these wrists. Keep pulling those shoulders away from you. And then release, rolling into that left wrist. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. And flick it out. And making a fist with the right hand, left hand, cradling that right hand, pulling those arms straight. And again, feeling those extensors working in your forearm. Keep stretching. Should feel quite good into the wrist. It's another stretch we should be doing every day. Although we probably just should be stretching every day. And then release the wrist, rolling clockwise, anti-clockwise, flipping into that right hand. Nice. Okay, untucking those toes as they tuck. You can wax the feet out if you need to waist them up a little bit. Okay, if you do have blocks at home or your creative version of blocks, you can grab them. I'm going to give you two variations. The blocks is a little bit softer into the arm, so just notice where you're going. I'll do the block variation first. So, or actually no, let me do the other variation. So those guys who want to run and grab their blocks can. So you're going to come into child's pose. You can do the legs a little bit wide if you want. You're going to bring your hands, forearms onto the floor, hands into prayer, and then draw those hands up towards the scapulae. So squeeze against the elbows. Finding that stretch across the upper back, the triceps, stretching up. Then those of you who would like to do it on the blocks, or your creative variation of blocks, you want your blocks slightly narrower, or more narrow than shoulder width. You're going to place your forearms onto the block. Just shimmy those hips, the knees a little bit further away than hips, then underneath your hips. Coming up onto, sorry, I'm talking absolute nonsense, dropping the chin and the chest down to the floor, hands in prayer, keeping those forearms on the blocks, bringing them up towards the scapulae. Sinking that chest down. Quite a deep stretch. Even the guys on the floor without the blocks, just take it easy. These stretches are really great to do, especially if you've got tight shoulders. And for those who struggle to lift their arms up above their head and straighten them, these are very good stretches to be adding to your collection. Something I should be doing every day. My shoulder mobility is not so great. And then slowly releasing those hands, keeping the press down the ground onto your blocks. Just taking a moment before we move out of it, letting the body settle. And placing the hands underneath the shoulders. If you want to take a few wiggles and movement, just moving that spine, moving the shoulders, and wriggle it out. You might even have found that stretch is moving into the ribs when you drop down, and it's a hard one to do. Going to try to let the body relax enough, even though you don't want to. Okay, we're going to go into dolphin pose. No one panic. You can take a variation that suits you. So coming onto your forearms, normally traditional dolphin is practice with your palms down onto the ground. But for today, I'd like you guys also to interlace your hands. Tuck the toes underneath. And then slowly lift the bum, lift those hips high towards the sky. If this is too much for you, stay here or have a slight bend in the knees. But whatever you're doing, keep making sure you're not dumping into the shoulders, that you're lifting up through them. The head is off the ground, and your chest is constantly drawing back towards your side. Okay. Oh, I'm going to take my socks off for this, sorry. Okay, for those of you who would like to go deeper, start walking your toes closer towards the body. Keep making sure you're lifting those shoulders up. Head is up. Come high onto the tippy toes. Whatever the variation you're in of dolphin, lift those toes. We're holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk your feet back. Drop the knees down to the floor. Coming in to child's pose. Okay, we're going to do that dolphin pose again. Sometimes really it's nice just to do poses twice. You can maybe feel something different. Maybe you go a little bit further. Okay, let's go again. Interlacing those hands. And another good way to make sure you're in the right alignment, should have mentioned this first time around, is grabbing opposite arm, then extending those hands. And that's shoulder width, generally how we should be. Tucking the toes under, lifting the bum, lifting the hips. Keep drawing those hips high to the sky. Come up onto those toes, lift up through your shoulders, and walk the feet as close as you can. Stay high on the toes. Draw that navel in. We're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk the feet back. Drop the knees down slowly. And coming into child's pose. Release the hand. Just take 5 deep breaths here. Noticing the rise and the fall of your belly, and the sides, especially if you're in child's pose with your knees together. And then just noticing the change in your breath as your legs are slightly wider. Reaching the hands into the floor, rolling up, coming through cat, coming all the way up. And then finding a neutral spine and tabletop. Tucking those toes under, dropping the feet towards the heels. You lift the knees slightly and slowly go up. into down dog. Tailbone high towards the sky. Root those hands into the ground. Breathe in for a couple of breaths. If your hamstrings are quite tight, just find some movement, pedal into the legs. Otherwise, just finding stillness. Relax the head. Make sure those fingers are spread nice and wide. Hips are rooting up towards the sky. Hips are raised up towards the sky. Delicious English. Look between your hands. Step the right foot. Step the left foot. Inhale, halfway lift, coming up onto those fingertips. Exhale, folding forward. Uttanasana. And step the left leg back towards your mat. Draw up that left knee towards the floor. Untuck the toe. Or keep it tucked. Actually, let's keep it tucked today, just something different. Inhale, sweep the hands up into your vinyasa. Low lunge. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to take that left hand, drop it down towards the ground, and then right hand reaching up towards the sky, opening up those shoulders, stretching up, reaching up. Find that activation to squeeze the inner thighs together. Gaze up towards that right thumb. And then on your next exhale, drop the hand to the floor. Move this back knee back ever so slightly. Inhale, look up. Exhale, slowly begin to straighten into that front right leg. Keep the right foot flexed. We're coming into half Hanumanasana. Narinjan, if you're on, I'm sure you're laughing at me. Okay, if you want to, you can take blocks. If your hands don't touch the floor, you can use your block, or even a blanket, a book, just anything if you need a little bit of lift. Keep that foot flexed and really activate right all the way up into that back leg. Otherwise, that hand on the floor, you can come up onto your fingertips. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, fold forward, and walk the hands up a little bit more. Keeping that foot flexed. Beautiful, well done everyone. Inhale, draws you up. Stepping, rooting into that right foot. Sweep the hands up. And vinyasa. Exhale, we go back to half Hanumanasana. And then inhale, vinyasa. Back to half Hanumanasana. Last one. Hold it there. And then inhale, use the hands, reach up. Beautiful, well done everyone. Exhale, hands to the floor. Okay, you can try this. So it was quite hard on my knees when I tried this morning. I didn't seem too happy. But from your vinyasa, you're going to bring the left foot up towards the bum, but you need to get onto the top of the knee. You don't want to get onto that patella, otherwise it's going to be quite sore. So what you can do, if it is too much, you can fold your mat in a little bit, or you can take a little towel, just giving your knee a little bit of extra support. So bringing that left foot up towards the bum and grabbing it, pulling it closer, but keeping that sink into the right hip. Draw those shoulders level. Might even feel a stretch into the shoulder. I'm feeling it literally right in the head of my arm here. Quite a good one. Slowly release that foot down. Hands to the floor. Tuck the toe. Lift the back knee. Step forward. Uttanasana. You can take your Uttanasana. We're going to go into ragdoll. So whichever of the three variations of ragdoll you found most beneficial for you, just find a little bit of comfort there for a moment. Can rock from side to side. You can even bob the hips, find a little bit of a jiggle, wiggle, shake it out, have some fun, move. I'm just going to really round it up. Releasing the hands down to the floor. Heel toe the feet together, toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Then step the right foot back this time. Drop that right knee onto the floor. Keep the toe tucked. Inhale, lift the arms up. Anjaneyasana. Sinking into those hips. Find that sense of lightness. Pull this left hip back in space. Pull the right hip forward. Tailbones tucked. Don't do this with the shoulders. Draw them back down. Lovely. And then scooch the knee back a little bit. Oops, never mind. Bring that knee back. Right hand to the floor. Left hand up towards the sky. Opening up those shoulders. Reaching up. Stretching up. Keep those legs active. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Feel those shoulders lengthening and opening. And on your next exhale, drop the hand next to the foot, next to the left foot. Now move the knee back slightly. Inhale, rolling back into that half Hanumanasana. Again, if you want to take your blocks, grab your blocks. One side's always better than the other side. Holding it there, keep that foot flexed, find that activation. Inhale, lift the chest up towards the sky. Exhale, folding down. Sit this up a little bit higher so it feels better for you. Just moving into your body whenever feels suitable. Inhale, rooting down through that left foot, bring those arms up, sinking into your Anjaneyasana. We're going to move with breath. Exhale, back to half Hanumanasana. Inhale, lifting up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, half Hanumanasana. And inhale, back up, Anjaneyasana. Those hips should be feeling nice and loose and awake now. Exhale, back to half Hanumanasana. And up, Anjaneyasana. Hello, Baloo. Baloo's coming to check out what's going on. Placing the hands on the floor. Again, folding your mat if you need to. Grabbing a towel. And bring that right leg up towards the right foot, up towards the bum. Grabbing with your right hand. There's a bit of cramp. Don't go into it. Otherwise, try again. Drawing those shoulders facing forward, hips facing forward. Find the stretch. It's a really nice glute stretch, this one. Stretching down into the quads, not the glutes, sorry. Slowly release the foot down. Tuck the toes, lift that right knee off the ground, step forward, Uttanasana, moving through whatever variation of ragdoll is going to feel good for you. Again, finding a little bit of movement. Bob up and down, wriggle, and even bend into the one leg, straighten the other. Some sort of yoga weird dance, I suppose. Hands on the floor. Heel toes, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, root the hands. Step back to plank. Drop the knees to the floor. Slowly draw the bum down to child's pose. Keep the toes tucked. Straightening into those fashioned feet. And then coming back up into tabletop, crossing those feet over, coming to sit in Sukhasana. Okay, so sitting in your Sukhasana, easy seat. You want to make sure that you're not squeezing those legs up here. You want to find almost like a nice triangular shape. So it should be quite comfortable. I'm just going to face you guys so it's a bit easier.
Just taking a moment, observing, making sure you remember which leg's in front of you. Inhale, arms up above your head. Exhale, fold forward. Okay, you want to make sure you're keeping your back nice and straight. You don't want to round the fold like this. You want to keep your back and spine aligned. So wherever you are in your practice, just move into a variation that suits you. Some people might only get their hands to the floor, like me, or maybe almost like forearms. You can even put your forearms to the floor, but I know as soon as I put my forearms to the floor, I start to round my shoulders, and I definitely cannot get my forehead to the floor yet. But whatever movement good for you, maintaining that straight spine, softening, melting, using your breath. Inhale, finding a little bit more space. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Maybe the hands walk up a little bit more. Inhale, come up onto those fingertips. And exhale, walk back. Okay, swapping that crossover. Finding that nice triangle into Sukhasana. That should be quite comfortable. Inhale, lift up through the spine, arms up, and exhale, folding down again. If you would like to, you're more than welcome to take it over to the side, stretching, and placing the right hand on top of the left. And then also if you're moving over, just making sure you move over onto the left-hand side, or right-hand side of the left hand on top of the right hand, just stretch the side body. Otherwise, just simply staying where you are. One side always, even in this Sukhasana forward fold, one side is always easier than the other side. So it's just nice to observe where your body is. It's a beautiful thing about yoga is we learn so much more about our body. Our imbalances. We learn to work with them and not against them. Okay, for those of you that are doing the side stretches, come back to center. Hopefully you've done enough on the each left and right side. Give you a moment if you need to balance it out. Otherwise you will walk around feeling a bit strange for the rest of the day. Inhale, coming up onto those fingertips. Exhale, walking those hands back. Okay, turning over. You want to be in the middle of your mat, extending the legs out in front of you. You can wiggle them if you need to. Inhale, those arms up above your head. Exhale, begin to fold, reaching for those toes, Paschimottanasana. Shoulders down. So I'm going to do this one quite passively, just listening to your body. So I'm not going to pull myself down any more than what I need to, or what my body will allow me to. Closing into the eyes. Just allowing gravity to sort of pull you down. See if you can soften. Use your breath to melt down a little bit more. Keeping the spine straight. Shoulders away from ears. Even though it's a passive, I'm doing a more passive Paschimottanasana, keep your feet flexed so the legs are still very active. Notice where your mind is taking you. Bring your attention back to breath. Deep inhale. And deep exhale. Here for 5 more breaths. Just keep melting down, relaxing into it.
Release the hands wherever they are onto the legs. Walk them up. Hands up in front of you. And lower all the way back down. Okay, drawing that right knee in towards the chest. Squeezing it in. Okay, if you have a strap handy, you can grab one. Otherwise, don't worry, you can grab any other leg. Slowly start to extend the legs, grabbing wherever you can. You can lift the shoulders and the head and the neck up for a moment, but then place it back down. Draw the shoulders down towards the ground. So if you're trying to grab your toes, you can see now my shoulders are lifted right up off the ground. You've gone too deep. So just grab where you can, and your shoulders are still on the ground. My shoulders don't ever touch the ground. Joys for mobility. I'm very conscious of it, and I keep squeezing my shoulders down towards the floor. I hope that one day they will go down. Flex into that foot. Hold it there. Breathe in. Exhale, draw the knee in, or draw the leg in a little bit closer towards the base. And inhale, slowly release. Dropping that foot to about 90 degrees. Taking the right hand and draw that hip down, dropping that hip or right leg low as you can, keeping this left hip on the floor. If it doesn't go very low, that's okay. You can even place your hand under the leg to support it. Or if you have your hand, you can drop that hip onto the block. The glute might fire up a bit. Well done. Hold there. Inhale, lift back up. And exhale, pull that foot into halfway release. Drawing that knee in towards the chest, keeping that left foot active. Both feet are flexed. Taking the left hand on the outside of the right knee. Right arm extends out to the side. Take that right knee over to the left hand side. Shoulders must be on the ground. Rather keep your shoulders on the ground and get the knee to the floor. Enjoying the twist. And then inhale, use your core. Come back up to center. Hug the knee in. And extend it out towards the floor. Drawing the left knee in and keeping that right foot flexed the entire time. Hug the left knee in towards the chest. Squeeze it in, grabbing below the base of the knee. Keep the feet flexed. And then extending that left leg up towards the sky. And lift up, grabbing wherever you can. And then lowering back down. Shoulders drawing down towards the floor. Flexing into the feet. Beautiful. Using your breath, draw that foot in a little bit closer to face. Inhale, find that space. Exhale, pull it a little bit closer. One day we hope our foot touches our face. But it also depends on your body type. And slowly release. Dropping that foot about 90 degrees. Taking the left hand onto the left knee and slowly dropping that hip open, keeping that right hip onto the ground. Use your hand. You might even feel it into your groin. Blocks a bad idea. That's probably a bolted on pillow is better. Keep those feet active, keep that right leg on the ground. Inhale, drawing that knee back up, hugging it in towards the chest, giving it a good squeeze.
Right hand on the outside of the left knee, left arm extends out to the side, and we're dropping that left knee over to the right hand side. Again, keeping that shoulder on the floor rather. Gaze over your left hand. Otherwise, closing into the eyes. Taking a few more breaths. Drawing that knee up, back through center. Hugging it in. Drawing the right knee up to join. When release, we can find a little bit of movement. Rock from side to side. Massaging into that spine. And then coming into happy baby, bringing the hands through the knees, grabbing the outside of the feet with the pinky toe edge, lifting the feet up towards the sky, and then drawing those knees down towards the ground. Flexing into the feet. Sacrum is also drawing down, so you don't want to lift up, you know, keep that spine on the floor. You can find a little bit of movement if you want. I always have a good roll. Feels really good on my spine, my lower back. And then drawing my feet together, bring them down onto the ground. You can take whatever light movement you need. The heel toe, the feet as wide as that. Do a couple windscreen wipers. We're just finding stillness before we move into Shavasana. Okay, so you can take any variation of Shavasana you like. I'm in constructive rest where I'm lying now. Palms up. It just helps open up the shoulders a little bit more. Otherwise, heel to the feet as wide as the mat. Drop the knees in for constructive rest. Or variation of constructive rest. Or extending the feet the opposite to the corners of your mat. Left foot, left corner, right foot, right corner. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders up off the ground, and then roll back down. Closing into the eyes. Begin to let go of that controlled breath. Letting the breath return to normal. Allowing the body to soften, to melt, to just relax. Bringing awareness all the way down to your feet. Giving the feet, the rest of the body as you move up, permission, with choice, and to relax. The feet, relax. Legs, relax. Feet, relax. Spine, relax. Shoulders, relax. Entire back, relax. Arms, relax. Neck, relax. Head, relax. Face, relax. Entire body, relax. entire body relax. Entire body completely relax. Taking a few moments of stillness and quiet. Just giving the body time to integrate your breath. So you begin to deepen the inhale, deepen the exhale. Bring awareness back into the body. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, roll into the wrists, to the ankles, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Inhale, drawing the feet in, the arms up above your head. Excuse me. And as you exhale, drop the hands overhead. Inhale, reach the length, stretch the body. Try to make yourself a little bit taller. And exhale, side up, melting down. One more. Inhale, stretch. Feel as if you're stretching from fingertips to toes. You're flooding the body with prana, life force, energy. And exhale, sighing it out, dropping down, relaxing. Drawing the knees in towards the chest, rock from side to side, before rolling over onto whichever side you feel like, left or right. Coming into a fetal position. Using your arm as a pillow. Taking a moment, finding stillness, finding calm. Before we start our day, start our week, keeping your eyes closed, slowly push up to a comfortable seated position. Placing the hands where it's comfortable for you, sitting up nice and tall, elbows drawing in towards the side, lengthening up through the spine. Inhale through the nose, and exhale side out. Two more. Inhale, all the goodness, all the positivity, broaden, and exhale, really sigh out everything that no longer serves you. One more cleansing breath. Really let it go this time. Inhale through the nose, sucking in a little bit more, tiny bit more, and then really let it out, sigh it out through the mouth. Bringing the hands to heart center, dropping the forehead down towards the fingertips, chin towards the chest. Just thanking myself for coming to play on your mat this morning, giving your body the time it needs, even for giving yourself the time. Before we start our busy week, it's an absolute pleasure guiding you all this morning. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the mat again soon. The light in me sees the light in each one of you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed that. Something a little different to my normal hot footy classes. And for those of you who'd like to, I'm going to do a start class tomorrow morning at 7:30. It will be the same length as today, so you can just click on that, but I'll probably send a reminder depending on how much chat is on the group. And yeah, Otherwise, have a beautiful day, and I will see you again soon. Bye, guys.
Thank you.